Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year to you all, which funnily enough is the first thing I've got written down on my sheet of paper. Happy New Year.
No, jumped into
Now,
premature again.
if you haven't yet made a New Year resolution, which I've done some, the first one of which is I've got to lose the £9 I seem to have put on over Christmas and New Year.
You could buy some bonus ball tickets.
You can buy some bonus ball tickets, indeed. But if you haven't made a New Year's resolution yet, how about making a promise to support the club by volunteering in some capacity? Because one of the things I've discovered over the past 9 months is that all the things we enjoy about the club depends on members volunteering in a range of roles, whether they're organising events like the Ted Pepper, the Boxing Day paper chase, mob matches, social events and so on, or whether they're serving in some capacity on a committee, or they're an official for cross-country endurance or track and field, or generally helping out in a range of things. If you can donate even a small amount of time to helping the club, it would be much appreciated, and it lightens the load on the other volunteers. If you're not sure where to start, by all means have a word with me or contact Alice Platt, who organises our volunteers, and we can point you to where you might be most usefully employed. So do make that New Year's resolution for us. Most of the news this week is about parkruns. There's been a lot of them, and I get the results from what they call the parkrun consolidated results, which mysteriously leaves off the Christmas Day and New Year's Day results. It just covers the Saturday. So apologies if you turned out for one of those events and did very well, but I wouldn't be able to track you down because there's far too many parkrun stuff to search for, as you will see. So on Saturday the 23rd of December, we had 71 members at a wide range of parkruns. That's the largest number I can remember. And it looks like there were quite a few tourists going out on their holidays. And on that Saturday, our women and girls did particularly well. Isla Spink was first female finisher at Beckenham Place. Ellie Osmond was first female finisher at Crystal Palace. Jess Keane, first female finisher at Tunbridge. Jenny Butler was first female finisher at Bethlehem Royal Hospital. Millie Smith was second female finisher at Bromley, where we had an amazing 37 club members taking part. Ashley Pearson was third female finisher at Orpington. David Adams was third finisher at Evesham. And Sophie Fleming was third female finisher at Cabin Teely, Dublin, which means that Sophie was also the furthest park running heathen from the clubhouse. Moving on to Saturday just gone, the 30th, slightly fewer members running, but still 67 people out at parkrun. Joseph Hill was first finisher at Bromley, where again we had 24 members taking part. Trang and Guyon was first female finisher, and Jane Bradshaw, otherwise known as the Flying Nun, was third female finisher at Beckenham Place. If you don't get the Flying Nun reference, look at the video or the pictures on Facebook for the Boxing Day paper chase. Imogen Mears was first female finisher at Hoblingwell. Jenny Butler was second female finisher at Lloyd Park. Kian Farrell was second finisher at Bracknell, and David Taylor was third finisher at Sutcliffe. But the prize for being furthest from the clubhouse was jointly Steve and Julia Pearman, who were at Holyrood in Edinburgh. Now, sticking with parkrun, I've got a couple of big milestones. So over the festive season, in fact it might even have been on Saturday, Martin Longstaff completed his 350th parkrun. And Zoe Kingsmill completed 500 parkruns. And this might well be some kind of club record in its own right. She's covered 135 different courses over the course of that 500 parkruns. So well done all of you. Speaking of club records, on the 16th of December at Lee Valley at an indoor meet, Zamiah Dixon set the new under-13 girls record for the 60 metres of 8 seconds, 0.29. Now Zamiah's time broke the record held by Maya Bruni since 2009, so quite an achievement there for young Zamiah. Well done. Yeah. moving on to upcoming events. This Saturday coming is the Kent Cross Country Championships at Brands Hatch, so I'm sure I shall have lots to report on from that. I hope to be there. If anybody could offer me a lift from somewhere to Brands Hatch, that would be great, because it's a pig of a place to get to on public transport. Sunday the 14th, we have the Club 10 Mile Championship here at Norman Park. That's also a Bennett Cup race. Saturday. So,
Just you doing that, Tony? It's not at Norman Park anymore. It's going to be on the Boundary Woods course.
Oh right,
Registration there.
Okay, so where are we registering?
Registering at Boundary Woods course.
We're registering at the Boundary Woods course.
Yep. Talk to me.
At the start.
Can you give me a bit more information, and then I can give some proper news for you?
We'll do next week.
Thank you.
We'll put something on.
Right.
Facebook.
I thought they'd just been right. Okay,
Sorry.
right, fine. Apologies for the misinformation. It won't be at Norman Park. Saturday the 20th is the Kent Schools Championships at Central Park, Dartford. I'm sure we'll have lots of young runners there. And then a social event, advance notice. Friday the 9th of September is the Burns Night
February.
Supper. Sorry, what did I say?
September.
Right. Friday the 9th of February is the Burns Night Supper at the clubhouse. Ticket price to follow, but if you would like to be involved in the toasts and replies, please let Steve Pearman know. You can email Steve at stevepearman13, all one word, at gmail.com. Now, moving on to the main business of the evening, the bonus ball, which this week, was number 44, which appears to have been drawn by Mr. President. Right, I'll see if I can find a good home for that. While I'm standing
Behind the bar.
No, I'm not going to waste my money on beer. No. Before I finish, is there anybody with any other news that they'd like to share with the club?
I've still got 4 numbers on the bonus ball to fill, and I understand someone's just come into a small amount of money.
Yes, possibly, right. But anyway, if anybody here hasn't yet
the eighth wonder of the world.
paid into the bonus ball, would like to pound a square, do feel free. Any other business? In which case, I shall bid you good night.